Did you hear the noise?
Yeah.
Oh, alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to the Valley Bogus episode. Episode
Miscellaneous.
but potentially episode 3. So, but yeah. So we are here with my co-host Andy Ramos and Xavier.
Who the fuck?
Does Xavier look a little different? Does he
That's
look a
kind of
little
racist.
different? He lost 300 pounds.
Oh hell!
He lost 300 pounds.
I just realized fucking Zay is fucking Xavier.
Yeah, Xavier.
Yeah, Xavier.
Zay's Xavier. Anyways, so just for the episode here, or maybe for future episodes as well, we're going to have my homie Jaydon on. Right now, Xavier is fighting crime.
In
In
Prescott.
Gotham?
In Prescott.
Prescott?
Upstate.
He's out.
Upstate New York.
No.
So, but Jaydon brings an interesting dynamic because he's God, right?
What?
God?
You're God?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Anyways, Jaydon is our good homie that we've known since pretty much as long as I've known Andy. He introduced me to Jaydon almost right away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met Andy about like.
8th grade. I know. I met Tone freshman year.
Well, I know who Tone was in 8th grade.
Well, yeah, but I didn't talk to him.
It's like-
Yo.
Yeah, I didn't talk to him. But
Exactly,
Like,
but freshman
I
year,
knew, I knew who
Yeah,
he
but
was.
freshman year, yeah.
One of my first two mans I ever went on was with Jaydon, and we weren't even close like that. We were just there going on a 2-man.
What
But-
fucking movie did we watch?
Truth or Dare.
Truth or Dare?
Truth or Dare. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and wait, is that the one where like they're like faces?
Yeah, it's the dumbest shit
Yeah, that
ever.
shit was a fun
I don't know if
movie.
anyone remembers that Truth or Dare movie where like it's like whenever they get asked Truth or Dare, the fucking Snapchat filter gets on there. It's like a
Yeah.
Snapchat filter. Like
I
the
never seen
CGI
that
was
movie.
horrible. You haven't seen it?
No.
Yeah, it almost looked like their face was like melting upside down, bro. Like it was weird.
Is it like Smile? Like the one that just came out?
Yeah,
but that's a good movie, though.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one either.
Smiles was, yeah, I'd say Smiles better.
I haven't
No.
seen that one either.
Smile is like leagues ahead. Smile is like I can see on the surface it kind of looks like a dumb movie, but it's actually
Bro, the ads for it, like they just put people smiling in random places.
yeah. I can see how you would think it's like kind of dumb as fuck, where as opposed to like I think Smile's rated R, right?
I'm pretty
I'm
It
pretty
seemed
sure.
rated R. So, but Truth or Dare was one of those like PG-13 flicks that you go with your girlfriend to like just those
like
bad
those
horror
yeah.
films.
cheesy flicks.
Yeah, 1000%.
I hate those.
Yeah, where I think Smile took itself really serious. I think on the surface it wanted to appear as like a dumb as fuck movie, kind of like Truth or Dare,
Yeah.
but it was like caught you for surprise. I remember
Okay.
my dad hates new age horror films,
Yeah.
but he came out of that one like that's one of the best horror films I think I've ever seen. So yeah, it was a good film. But to give you some backtrack here on Jaydon, were you gonna say something?
No, you can go.
Jaydon is again born and raised in Arizona. Can you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So born and raised in Arizona. He was the only friend to actually move out of state when we graduated high school. He moved to New York, the city. So I thought that
Did you move to New York before I moved to Tempe?
When did you move to Tempe?
August.
August of.
Like close to the beginning of August. Of
Well, like,
2022. 2022.
Yeah. Then no, I was still here.
Sorry.
I moved in November.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Damn, I was the first one to move out.
you can pretty
Yeah,
much.
because you remember I'd be working at like In and Out and shit.
Oh, yeah. And we'd pull up. Yeah. Okay, then, yeah.
Yeah, but you moved to the city, and that was kind of crazy because the city is obviously a different lifestyle than what we would live in Arizona. So I'm sure you have so much crazy stories. I mean,
Yeah.
like, are New Yorkers really like the stereotypes like they're claimed to be? Like in, you know what everyone has a stereotype for New York. Are they really like that?
Well, I mean, like, it's not like motherfuckers like, hey, I'm walking here. Like, you
That'd be funny.
I never heard someone like actually say that, or if like someone like actually said that to someone
Wait.
from New York, they probably
Forget about it.
Yeah,
What?
no.
Wait, Tone, you've been to New York, right?
Yeah, when I was very young, I went in 7th grade. I was there for 5 days on like a road trip where I went to Baltimore, I went to Philadelphia, I went to New York, and I think it ended in Boston. And yeah, but my time in New York though, man, like not gonna lie, that kind of lifestyle that it is. While I don't remember it a lot, it's definitely a lifestyle I think I would want to live. I don't think I can live it forever, but like maybe for like get like a year lease out there in some apartment, I think I'd be down to do that.
Yeah, I would definitely like move back there, but it's like yeah, I definitely couldn't live there long term. But the people who do live there long term, it's like they either like for one like grew up there and like that's all like they've known. Like yeah, there's like a lot of people where it's like they don't have like a driver's license and they're like 25, 28, or it's like
yeah, that's so crazy.
They'll,
Motherfuckers here get that at 14.
It's so different because like the density of it. It's like you can like run around like Central Park and like I mean if you're in shape like it's not like light, you know, but like it's like I think under 5 miles like all the way around.
Hey.
But
that's so crazy. You guys been like upstate and shit. I've never even been on a plane.
No, upstate is like a completely different
like
shit.
Poughkeepsie
like
and shit.
Up country, like north,
like
up
Elmsford
north,
and shit.
Like the north part of the country. Yeah.
I've only been like down the west
You've
side.
only been down.
Okay. No, by the way, fucking been to Cali, been to Mexico, been to Nevada, and that's it.
I've never been out of the country, but
Swear.
Mexico counts.
I've never been to Mexico.
Really?
We gotta
Wow.
go to Mexico, bro. We gotta go to
Well,
Mexico.
no, duh, Mexico counts. It's a fucking different country.
It's not a fucking country.
Well, I thought you've been to Mexico.
No,
I would have thought.
Bro, I've never been on a plane.
Yeah, this motherfucker's never been on a fucking plane. Like I've been on
that's
like
such a crazy
double
concept to me.
digit amount of planes. But
Bro,
like,
that's
this
such a
motherfucker's,
crazy
like, never been
concept to
on a
me.
fucking plane.
Like how the fuck? Like
I ran on like a boat.
People
Yeah.
act like that's. Such
What?
a-
wait, like not like a fishing boat, like a little one, like a lake.
Like any type
a
of
motor?
fucking boat. Like have you ever been on a boat?
Yeah.
What type of boat?
Yeah.
Like a cruise?
I was just explaining, and this guy said, "Have you been on a fucking yeah?" So it's like those like fishing boats. Fuck. It's like they're not super big, but they're not.
But it's
Small.
like a motorized boat.
Yeah, they have a little motor you control.
Sure.
Okay.
Crawdaddy.
You lawyer in it?
Huh?
You can't-
Crawdaddy.
We can't talk about the podcast because the mic does not pick up like the jokes. Like it's so like
Sensitive.
so sensitive. You have to like that's what sucks because most of our humor is like
It's inside.
it's
It's
just
inside.
like dumb jokes that don't even make sense.
Like
Like we don't understand what we're saying, but we understand what we're saying, and I just like our sense of humor doesn't really translate well in that sense. But I have a question.
Mm.
How were them New York baddies?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Were they treachy?
They're I will say, motherfuckers be smell.
In New York?
Well, it's probably because you're just like closer to people, but it's like you just be walking by motherfuckers. It's like I think they skipped deodorant today.
Damn.
It's like when there's like homeless motherfuckers, but like you expect them to, like I mean like there's certain things like about like New Yorkers like it's like a lot of people say like New York smells like shit, where it's like if you see a motherfucker that's like homeless like pissing in the corner like a pile of piss, like of course it's not gonna smell like fucking flowers and shit, but like the street, like the actual streets and stuff, it's like not. I mean, it doesn't smell like you're in like Washington. Like it doesn't smell like a fucking forest or like something. Like it doesn't smell pleasant, but it doesn't smell like shit, you know.
I think New York gets a bad rap by the world. Like not a
but
bad rap.
I mean, I just feel like a lot of people are used to like being spread out, you know, where it's like people in New York are like you can live without a car. In Arizona, you can't live without a car unless you're homeless, you know. It's like if you like unless you're Ubering everywhere or have like someone to like.
Oh, you got homies and shit.
Yeah, you have homies and shit, like family and shit. But it's like if you're an independent person, like like when I went to New York, it's like I didn't have fucking friends there. It's like I was like by my fucking self. It's like
You didn't have a car?
I didn't have a fucking car.
Damn.
Man.
Only millionaires in New York have cars.
No, that's not true.
Bruh.
There's broke people who have cars, and it's
There's
like
family.
no, it depends on It honestly depends. Like certain people just don't take the subway, and it's like certain people Uber like everywhere, and it's like yeah,
Just bad traffic. Just bad traffic.
No, honestly,
Are
like the traffic there is overrated. Like it's not that bad. Like
When
LA is definitely worse.
Yeah,
that's
I
the
would
thing though.
no,
That's how I
no,
feel about
no,
LA.
listen,
Is
listen,
like
Wait.
Listen.
Are cars expensive up there or no? Like, are the
I
cars
know,
more
I mean,
expensive up there?
same
like,
price.
Same
it's-
price?
No, on the West Coast it's cheaper.
Sorry.
But, like the thing is, it's like yeah, like used cars. Like I mean, like you can get the shit from like it depends where you're sourcing it from. 'Cause, like, it honestly depends like where like there's buying a car is pretty fucking broad, but it's like yeah, like if you're going to the fucking like dealership, like a Porsche dealership here compared to New York, you're paying more in New York, and especially because of taxes and shit, because like motherfuckers get taxed. Yeah, like going to the dispo in New York, fuck, like yeah, here.
How much was his tax? It was a crazy amount, right?
Yeah.
And
It was
right
like
over
takeout
here, it's pretty
crazy.
crazy. It's pretty crazy over here. It's like, fuck. Like if you spend like, let's say you don't have like if you have your medical card, you won't get taxed. Let's say you don't.
We're talking about weed, everyone. By the way, not just things in general.
Let's say you
talking
don't.
No, but things in general too.
Things in general in
Yeah.
terms of New York, but in terms of Arizona, we definitely have it light. I think in terms of what state has the best tax, it's probably Texas. I think that's pretty common
Yeah.
knowledge.
What
I
about
don't-
Florida?
Florida too.
Florida, maybe Florida. I just feel like Florida's getting expensive, man. I mean, I don't want to say what the industry that I work in right now. Due to I don't want to,
Gay porn, guys.
Gay porn.
I dabble a little bit, but kind of in the industry that I work in, I don't want to say the name. You obviously pay attention to certain things, and one of the things is house prices. And Florida, man, is pretty fucking crazy in terms of house prices. For fun, also, I just Google houses for sale in Arizona,
Zillow.
California, Texas, Florida, and
On Zillow.
on Zillow, yeah, or Trulia. Shout out.
Truly.
It's like a little thing of Zillow. I think Zillow owns them, but dude, that shit is getting fucking crazy. Even in fucking Texas, and then you see a good house in Texas, and you're like, oh shit, that's a really good price, and it's in fucking the trenches of like fucking dirt. Like you gotta drive 50 miles away to get to a fucking Walgreens, let alone 100 to get to a fucking Target. So, I mean, like when is that shit gonna fluctuate? You know what I mean? Like it's a little like what the fuck is going on?
Bro, how old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
Exactly. When are you gonna buy a house?
I could, if I had this job with this pay in 2009, I could have bought a house. My uncle, at age of 19, he had the same job I had, and he bought a house.
Bro,
Back then,
but imagine
With
houses
inflation,
back then.
I can't buy a house. I can't even come close to paying 1/4 of a house.
When did he buy his house?
2009, when the
Bro,
crash happened.
damn, when the crash happened? Of course.
He probably could have bought it after, but I mean, this is an entry level job at a department, and this guy was able to buy a house and pay for everything. And on top of that, he said that he had money to spare at the time. He could have bought another half of a house. He could bought he could have got a loan out for like a little bit of like in addition to his house. He said he was really thinking about doing it at the time because of how much money he had.
Oh wait.
Apologize for that. Andy's a fucking goon. He's a
Goop.
fucking goop.
Goop.
The biggest
You called me a
goopster.
goon.
Never him.
Goopatron.
Never been him.
Never that.
Andy's the type of motherfucker to go to a fucking TikTok Riz party type shit.
Andy uses a razor to split his buns.
Mm-hmm.
That is a
I
factual
have one in
statement.
my backpack.
Anyway,
Andy
so-
actually,
I'm gonna use that motherfucker, and if I don't, I'm gonna rip it apart.
real men use their finger.
I don't give a fuck.
Your mama know.
Just bring up the mother, bro. Yeah, but so to kind of what were we talking about before we got really interrupted?
Something about New York.
No.
Andy
Oh,
is
I know what you're talking about. Like house prices just going up.
house prices.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
why are we talking about house prices?
Because, bro,
No, it's about how
We're the future.
Your uncle could buy a house.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So this motherfucker, at the age of 19, granted there was a market crash. Nonetheless, he was able to comfortably buy a house. He could add an addition. He never struggled with money,
Put the
owning
mic
a home,
closer to your mouth.
or owning any type. You know, like he never once struggled on that. At the age, getting like a $14, $15 an hour job. And he has a nice house. He still has his house to this day because it's a pretty nice house. So we can't even pay half of fucking rent nowadays at an apartment. You know what I mean?
Shit, I can.
Especially Andy can't.
This
Especially Andy can't.
motherfucker's like, let's go bowling.
Andy the motherfucker.
Special guest?
Special guest. Hi, P.
I do apologize, everyone. Do apologize for the interruption. But Andy's a motherfucker to like make plans and then hopes to God when the plans happen, someone pays him out. Someone pays for him. Right?
No one pays for me. You're fucking stupid. Now you're lying for views.
Plans. He's like, let's go bowling today.
I just don't want.
Shows up to the ring. No, bread. No.
I mean, I got like $6.
I got like.
Let me check my wallet. That was a real
One
thing he
time.
said.
That was
a
one
real
time.
thing he said.
No.
So,
No.
Oh, what's the move now?
Wait. No.
Whose house
Let
did
me
we
think
go
back.
to?
Let me think back to it. Okay.
I vividly remember like
Were we retired? Was that with when we were retired?
I think Ty got
Ty was there.
upset.
Ty
Ty
was
got
there.
upset at the
No.
Ty got upset. He was like, "I'm not hanging out tonight," because we were like,
No,
'cause
that's when
remember-
we went to Warner, bro.
No,
and
that
he
was a
rose,
different
and he
time.
had the rose.
Ty was there when the
Yeah.
whole $6 shit happened.
"Yeah, but you remember we were supposed to go like earlier in the day, and we pushed it back an hour." I think at that point I was like, "Nothing's gonna happen. I'm just gonna chill at home," and nothing ended up happening. What did we do that night? I swear to God, if one of you guys see my mother, I swear to fucking God.
I don't think Ty was there.
I think he was in the original plan, but he never ended up
Yeah.
going out.
But there's another time we were supposed to go bowling with Ty, and Ty was actually there. And this motherfucker Andy still had no bread.
No, I swear, I just didn't want to bowl. I think it was that. No, I had enough to bowl, but I was like,
That was
fuck.
motherfucker's capping. He's either capping about this or he was capping in the moment about
No.
having money.
I know I had enough. I just didn't want to bowl.
This is real words that I got from Andy. He's like, I just checked my wallet, man. I had to pay for my tuition.
Yeah, I said
remember
that.
Like in my wallet, I got like $6 right now, and I don't have that much in my account. And I'm like, bro.
No,
I'll
I
put
had
in
enough. I
$5.
didn't want to
Yeah,
go.
I
Put
was
in $5.
saying I'd pitch
No,
in. He's like,
yeah. I remember
Yeah,
now.
cool.
I
These
remember
guys
the
are-
call.
you're a
I
dumbass.
remember the
You're a
call.
fucking dumbass.
I remember the call now. I remember the call. Yeah, I was like,
You're like, I don't really want
Wanna
to
go.
I just ate with Ivan today too, my brother. That was
I
a
didn't
lot
want
of
to
money.
go. I didn't want to go. So I was like,
Did we even hang out that night? I don't. I think.
No, I think we did.
I think I was pretty pissed.
No,
I'd be surprised if I hung out.
Yeah, we
showed up,
eventually
and
did.
Didn't Gabe come too?
We went to
Later
your
in the day?
house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We
we
went to
did.
your house. That's
Because-
right.
No, it was just me and you in front of my house.
Tony just
We're
get
on the phone
butthurt all the
with Andy,
time.
And we're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm all fitted up. And the motherfucker was like, let's go balling. Let's go balling. Let's go play ball.
No, but that's the problem with Tone. Tone's always trying to show off. Tone's always trying to show off to the hub. Yeah.
I go out once every 3 weeks, and the one time I go
Because
out,
that's all
I'm
you.
trying
Because you want to, bro.
I'm trying
Because you want
like, I'm
to.
trying fucking fit up. Like, bro, I fucking work, and I go to the fucking gym. I'm like, occasionally I want to go out and like, what
Well,
would I spend my money on?
what? You spent your money on basketball shoes. You don't even use them for
clothes.
basketball.
On clothes.
Not a bucket.
Not a shooter. Never been a shooter.
Not a shooter. Not a shooter. Leave them open.
That's the worst. Because I really am not good at basketball. So
Bro,
when a motherfucker like leaves me open, I'm like, I'm gonna break it, but like now I'm gonna break it and cry. You know what I mean?
I don't. I personally don't, but like I feel you.
Nah, you asked it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's cap. Andy can relate. Andy can
What?
relate.
I'm lost. I was lost in
This
thought.
motherfucker Andy is the like, I know it's street rules, But he's the dirtiest street ball player ever.
Bro, I remember one time, like,
Bro,
I
I'm
went
so
behind the
sorry
back.
for getting so close to the mic.
I went behind the back, and then Andy reached the ball, and this motherfucker just like grabbed like a handful of my nuts, bro.
No, I don't remember that. If I did, I'd probably like remember.
And then Gabe is like the one person where he's like, I'm not gonna call fouls, and he's like the most
Like,
soft
and
player.
you get like elbowed in the face and like
I'm not calling fouls.
like,
Our homie Gabe, by the way, he's probably gonna be on the pod eventually as well. Kind of like how
Bro, you're the only one who calls fouls. It's either you or Jaydon.
I call fouls.
I call fouls when it's like blatant.
I call fouls on Andy because he really is a blatant foul.
It isn't.
If like one time Jaydon called a foul on me and I don't feel like I fouled him, I was a little aggressive, but I definitely was more aggressive earlier in the game, and he didn't call a foul for it. So I'm like, there's no way you're calling a foul for this and not what I just did like 10 minutes ago. So then I just start calling fouls because I feel like I get fouled too. But this motherfucker Andy straight fouls.
No, I don't. You straight foul. Sorry for getting.
The motherfucker straight like to block the ball, which is
You're
straight
just
head.
bad at offense.
That'd be like all ball. That was
You're
all
just
ball.
bad at offense.
Like motherfucker is just motherfucker is like the other bro.
He said no bat.
He's the fucking worst person to play with.
You are bad.
Bagless.
Bad.
If Jaydon called me bagless, I'd probably live with it. But if this motherfucker Andy called me bagless, you gotta be like, practice what you preach, bro. Practice what you preach.
Bro, I be making buckets, bro.
No.
Not a shooter. Never been a shooter.
You've never been a player, bro.
Anyway,
fuck.
Yeah, I don't know how the audio is gonna sound post audio, man. I'm a little worried about how close.
I'm like yelling,
he has his headphones on, so I would hope that he knows.
bro. I do.
Yeah, that's just down as fuck.
Yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good about holding it, because I don't like this. I prefer to hold it, so I'm doing something.
You're not him. Oh.
Anyway,
Back to back. 3 in a row. Not him. Oh, bro, I just have to doubt you. You're a bitch.
Bro, that's some BS.
Yeah, you're
I do apologize if your audio. One more shot, bro.
not him.
Bro,
Not him. No.
That him on.
Excuses.
Yeah, bitch.
Oh.
Bitch.
Motherfucker, dumbass. Anyway, so I think I wanted to talk
What the
about
fuck
this. Again, I apologize if you hear the background. I think we're gonna get a new co-host within the next week. If you come back and someone else just pops up, don't even question it because I'm mentioning it right now. So
There won't. He doesn't know enough people.
He doesn't go outside. Man.
Yeah, he doesn't go outside.
I don't touch grass. Recently my life has been work, gym, Siege, fucking Final Fantasy 7, and that's about it. I mean, when was the last time I really hung out? It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks. Yeah, I've been saving my time for honestly the podcast because I had a 4-day vacation and all I did was buy all the shit. I mean, you can't see past the camera, but I have like a mixer in the back, and obviously I'm shooting on a camera and stuff. So I pretty much got the whole podcast ready within like 4 days to shoot. So that's what I did. That's what I did one weekend when I was pretty much like off the grid.
No, you weren't, bro. You kept calling me about the podcast.
Probably twice. Probably fucking twice.
Like, I'm off the grid.
Yo, we should go watch Godzilla and King Kong, the new Empire.
I feel like that's just gonna be the same as like every other one.
No, they said that the audience likes it.
I know.
Let's go watch it, bro.
I kind of want to talk about this because I heard Godzilla -1 is fire though.
Yeah,
I haven't watched
-1.
it.
I want to see that one too.
Seen clips of it, but I heard it's fire.
Where is it on?
I don't know. But kind of what I like to describe our podcast as is kind of like a coming of age podcast. You know what I mean? Kind of just 20-year-olds living life. There's going to be so much shit that we experience within the next year. You know what I mean? Let alone a couple months, who fucking knows? So that's kind of like what I like to market this podcast as, is just coming of age. Obviously, there's a lot of us in this world that
Slice of life.
are 20. Yeah, just maybe we can relate to one sense. Maybe we're dumb as fuck like your friend group. That's really the goal here.
Tone Malone takes it too serious.
Stop fucking interrupting.
I'm gonna fucking punch this
Fuck
camera.
no. You guys interrupt all the fucking time.
Nah,
But
I don't interrupt.
No, this motherfucker does. And then he yaps on, bro.
Oh my god, I'm gonna punch this fucking camera. So,
Man, fuck your Sprite too.
if there's one,
Bro, the fucking Sprite taking fucking strays for no reason, bro.
Sprite,
Bro, yeah, zero sugar, yeah.
Man, fuck it. It's diet. Fuck diet Sprite.
I'm gonna diet. I'm gonna diet. So, if there's something,
water. Bro, if you're on a diet, you be drinking water.
I got water too.
Of course, you got water.
Shout out water. Shout out water. So,
I've been drinking a sip.
Here's a good question. Here's a good question. So, if there was something that you wish that you knew going into high school, like a little piece of advice, what would you tell your 13-year-old self, 12-year-old self?
GameStop. Invest in GameStop when it became that man.
We weren't even legally able to.
I don't
You
care.
had to tell your parents or something.
I'd have to use someone's.
But
Sell Dogecoin at its peak. Bro.
I'm gonna buy Doge. I'm gonna get into Bitcoin.
honestly, not a bad piece of advice would be like graduate your junior year. Wait, no, because juniors didn't get. So, sophomore year. Sophomore year for us is when COVID happened, so 2020. So we got pretty much that whole fourth quarter off. So for us, we skipped finals. It was a pretty lit experience. The juniors or the seniors at the time,
Damn.
no graduation.
Damn. Virtual graduation. Ew.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bro, people work 12 years of their life to fucking get a virtual graduation.
I mean, some people.
It's not the school's fault. It's that goddamn coronavirus, bro. But
but some people just do it online.
Yeah. But there's some people out there that work 12 years, man. And, you know, if you're a valedictorian, even though there can only be one of those, or if you're just a really good student that gets great grades and you know, work your ass off. Imagine you worked your ass off because you did in school. Probably more than us. I don't know. I didn't work that hard.
I didn't try.
I didn't really try, but I know this motherfucker Andy was in, like, advanced classes with me and shit. But, yeah, I don't know your effort levels because I ain't really fucking try.
I didn't give a fuck, bro.
Like, would you be pissed if your shit was a virtual graduation?
Nah.
You didn't really get that experience?
I don't really go fuck.
Yeah,
I was
I
just
hate
trying to
it.
get the fuck out of there,
For
to
real.
be honest.
Every kid in modern day school got a graduation, but not you.
But I feel like there's certain I just feel like especially girls where it's like I didn't get a prom, I didn't get a because like they
Oh,
say,
true.
Prom was whack, and I got arrested
yeah,
on
yeah,
homecoming.
Yeah, it's like like in reality it's like
Prom was
fucking
pretty
whack.
lit. I got faded.
I was just faded as fuck, but it's like
I was towards the end of my like toxic relationship, so it was just fighting.
I ended up at my fucking ex-girlfriend's house with like because she invited like every single one of my friends there. And then,
I was there. there. You remember?
I know every one of my fucking friends was there, so it was like I felt like obligated to go. So
Oh shit! To the
At
the prom,
the after party.
I totally forgot, bro. I was
You remember
fucking
that?
drunk.
He was drunk.
We
That's
were,
where
we were together.
Yeah, bro. I was yeah.
That's where I met Zoe. That's where like people
Yeah.
in
I
our
didn't
friend
know
group.
Zoe.
I don't know who Zoe was. Not
Yeah,
until
he
that
did.
party.
I knew Zoe.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know.
For like a minute.
I knew Gabe. I mean, I knew of Gabe.
Really?
Yeah, but Gabe was there though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gabe
he
with
was
Presto.
there.
We were playing basketball together.
Yeah.
So
I remember now.
but yeah, that was actually a really fun night.
No, that's crazy. Having a whole fucking half a basketball hoop in your backyard.
Bro, I popped 2
Hell yeah.
basketballs there.
Hell yeah, that's crazy.
The fuck.
That's fucking insane. But that was a really fun night. Or that was a really fun way to end the night. But, dude, I was just straight fighting. And
Swear.
Straight fighting with my girlfriend at the time.
Hell no,
Like,
I was
dude,
fucking.
it was the worst prom ever. And then so I didn't really get a good prom experience for that reason, but I still experienced prom. You didn't really miss out on much. Well, you know, like, go to a club now, it's the same shit. But I guess it just has a title on it.
No, I feel like because like the clubs now, it's like
pretty lit.
fucking baddies are and shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Different things in mind.
And then on homecoming, to fucking make that shit worse, I got fucking arrested.
Yeah.
Or I got detained. I think a detained is where they
Yeah,
take you to a cell.
Yeah. You got detained.
But I spent most of the night in the cell, even though I wasn't in jail or prison. It's like in those cells that they take you to, you know, kind of like little overnight cells and shit. I don't know what their name is. I'm just gonna call them a cell. But it wasn't necessarily jail and it wasn't necessarily prison. And yeah, so I was there for most of the night because I got pulled over because the police were under the impression that I was under the influence, and I wasn't, and I passed all my tests, and I should have sued. I look back on it, and I'm like,
Bro, you
fuck,
got it
man,
back.
I should have sued. You can't do it anymore. It's been too long.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know my rights, man. You know, I feel like as a sophomore, you should know your rights, and I recommend you do if you are, especially, you know, person of color, man. It's you should definitely know your rights. I'm not saying every cop is, you know, that, but there's some cops out there, man, and I felt definitely like there was some, you know what I mean, some prejudice in there. Shout out Andrew.
Bro, in the span of less than a year, I think I got pulled over 2 times, 2 or 3 times.
We recently just got pulled over together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm counting, unless.
Okay. Well, to kind of continue what I said was before I got cut off.
My fault.
I got pulled over, and I feel like there was some. I don't know what's the correct term, so I'm just gonna say racial profiling. And because this cop, and so pretty much what went down, I was in the car with my girlfriend at the time, and I was actually dropping her off at this point. We had just got McDonald's. I was dropping her off, and it was like 10:30. Like it was for it being prom. I went to sleep. I was planning on going to sleep pretty early that night, and this cop pulls me over, and it's dumb as fuck. I can't even show you guys what he said happened, but it's the dumbest shit ever. He said he saw me hit a curb, but he wasn't even trailing behind me. Like, he wasn't even behind me. He was in the alleyway where, like this, where I would drive past him, and he said he saw me hit the median. The fuck? Never hit a median in my life. To this day. And this motherfucker thought that I hit a median. And so this guy makes me do all the drug tests, all like the breathalyzer. Again, I don't know my rights. You don't have to do that, I'm pretty sure. But I didn't know my rights. I did the drug test, like walking the line. I was fine. He just said I was very nervous, but
yes,
I'm a 16-year-old. He said I was really shaking, and I'm like, I'm a 16-year-old. You're pulling me over. You keep on rotating your waist around where your gun is. I've seen these videos before, you know. I've seen some fuck shit happen like this. Yeah, I'm pretty fucking nervous and shaky.
Did you
Doesn't
tell him
necessarily
that?
mean I'm under the influence. Yeah, I was very rude throughout this whole process. Kept on calling him like dumbass and shit. You know, I'm like, you're a fucking dumbass. Like, I dropped that a couple of times because I was pretty fed up, man. I was fighting all day at prom, and I was motherfucking cop gonna think I'm under the influence. Nah. So I'm and I've seen a lot of videos where people call cops dumbass and they don't do anything to it. They just give you like shit back. So I'm like, okay, legally you could do it. And I guess it is freedom of speech anyway, but still. So he makes me do all the tests because he thinks alcohol is in my system. And I think he ended on the breathalyzer. And when I passed it with zeros, because if I would have had an ounce of alcohol in me, I would have. There was a legal amount that you could have in your body, but as a 16-year-old, you're not allowed to have alcohol in your body. You know what I mean? So he could have pretty much got me for anything at that point if I did have alcohol in my system.
But there was
none. But there was none. I do want to clarify that. But at this time, I got pulled over 3 minutes away from my house. So
a little kid in the back.
They probably can't hear it. So
yeah, I can hear that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, I feel like they can hear that one.
Wouldn't be surprised, but also wouldn't be surprised if they didn't.
Sorry
So
if you hear it,
apologize. So when this is all going down, my girlfriend, I'm pulled over 3 minutes away from my house. When this is all happening, my girlfriend is calling my mom. My mom, in the brink of the moment, ran straight out the fucking house because she knew exactly where I was because of my location.
You were close to the house too,
She goes
right?
into this stranger's car thinking it's an Uber. It's not, or like it's a taxi. It wasn't. And she's like, "Can you take me to this area?" And he did.
Damn.
Shout out that guy. I don't know who you are, but shout out if you live in Chandler. Shout out. So, and then my stepdad finds out. I don't know if he was there in that moment. And also, one of our co-hosts, Zay, was also at the house at this moment too. So just a whole bunch of shit's happening. And my stepdad knows his rights. He knows what he can get away with. He studies this shit. He looks up cops pulling over people for fun. So he knows his shit. So he comes over. He's antagonizing the cop in the right way. If you're on the sidewalk, you can record. That's, you know, public property in a sense. So the cops can't really do anything about it if you're recording. So I'm getting fucking arrested. And also, when he put me on the car, he slammed my fucking chin against the fucking hood. You know what I mean? When he's arresting me. And he probably only did that because I was talking some type of shit to him. Pretty sure if I was respectful about it, he wouldn't have done that. But my girlfriend's crying, you know, and when you're in the moment and you're seeing your girlfriend cry in front of you, you know, that kind of sucks to see. You know, you don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Imagine your girlfriend crying because you're getting arrested. And on top of that, I'm not really like that. You know what I mean? I'm not like that. Oh.
Nah.
Not cut from that.
Like, if I told you I got arrested, like, would you guys fucking believe me?
Nah.
I'd be like, for fucking what?
Yeah, I'd be like, for what?
I'm not like that. You picked the wrong friend to pull over and fucking arrest. So,
I'd be like, I don't know. It'd be like for assault.
Be like, searches.
Battery.
yeah, so it was pretty crazy. So that's all happening. And on top of that, I really wanted to do good in front of my girlfriend's family. Can you imagine what that did to my relationship with them? Like, my mom dropped them off. My son just got arrested, so I had to drop off your daughter.
I mean, did she say that to them?
I think they knew. I think my girlfriend at the time
Said
told them.
something, yeah.
So they did know. So it's just really fucked up. And, you know, when that was all going down, they were like, he made me do all the drunk tests. And he was like, I knew you're not drunk. I know you're high. And I'm like, I forgot what I said exactly. But I think I said, so I can't just fucking win with you guys, huh? You guys are some fucking dirty ass cops. I said, you guys are dirty as fuck. I'm like, I can't win with you. And took me to the police station. He drug tested me. Came back 3 months. They can't do it right away. Comes back within a couple months. By the way, when this was happening, I was actually 17 years old and like 9 months old.
Mm-hmm.
Takes 3 months. They're waiting for me to be an adult so they can count it as a felony towards me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just dirty on them. So it was really just a fucked up situation. And I obviously don't look at cops any different from it. Cops are here to protect us. I believe that. But when you say there's no dirty cops out there, some dirty ass cops out there, you know. And on top of that, the cop that pulled me over was a DUI cop that specialized in DUI. I don't know what the exact name is, but I later found out that's what he specialized in. I'm like, bro, every cop should be able to do a DUI. It should be common knowledge, and you should have one looking out for DUIs. Every cop should look out for every crime happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's just it just seems like you're just trying to get some DUIs for your quota. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that pretty much definitely.
All right, you're yapping, bro.
Fucked up my.
Shut your bitch ass
What the
up.
fuck are you talking about? You're not talking about anything.
I know.
I do apologize, y'all. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Welcome back. I had a little bit of a pee break. That is my apologies. I can't
should.
fucking hold that shit in.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Huh?
You was gone a little
Yeah,
too long.
you
for
took a
this.
long time.
You took a long time. You sit down when you pee?
No, I don't. Do you?
Fuck no. Andy?
But
That's such a
sometimes
time
when I
waster.
feel like I need a shit, I might sit down and I piss, and it's like just piss. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's like one time like my cousin, he was like, dude, like if I'm home or just like in a comfortable place, I'm sitting down and peeing. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like yeah, like sometimes at school, like instead of going to a urinal, I'd sit down and pee. I'm like, why don't you like just stand up and pee like in a normal, like if you don't want to use a urinal, why don't you like just stand up and piss and like.
But I get it. Like if you're like using a toilet, you don't want to piss on the fucking seat.
You'd
Yeah,
rather
bad.
put
just
your
aim.
fucking
You can
you
just
got bad
aim.
aim.
You'd rather put your fucking ass on the fucking seat. Like
Like if it's
fuck?
my fucking house.
Still like
I feel like it's just waste time sitting
Yeah.
your ass down.
yeah,
You know,
I'm feeling
just
like
whipping that bit out. Like
You gotta get completely like not nude, but like you gotta pull your pants all the way down just to put. If you don't, it's fucking gross.
no, but like I stand up when I piss. Bro. I
You're
stand up
not
while I
pulling your
shit.
pants all the way down when you shit.
I stand up while I shit, bro.
Like you're at like halfway of your
No,
quad.
that shit's on my knees. That shit's on my knees. Is your shit all the way down?
What do you mean?
Imagine
when
if
you
it's
shit?
like at your balls.
It depends, bro. If my stomach hurting, bro, everything off.
Everything on.
Everything on.
You ever
No,
think
the top of the morning shit, butt naked.
Bro,
I'm about to
top of the
shower.
morning,
No,
I'm like,
because I'm about
oh.
to shower. I'm about to shower right after, butt naked.
Bro, in the morning, I wake up and like,
I don't think
I'm
sober me can shit shit with clothes on. I've noticed when I'm like under the influence a little bit.
you're just naked shitting.
I take my shirt off because you sweat. I don't know.
No, you don't.
I sweat. I'm a very sweaty
I
person.
think you're just sweating because you're shitting.
That's energy right there. That takes stamina. You know what I mean?
XP.
Have you tried to just full force that shit for 30 seconds? That shit's tiring. You gotta take a little break.
Bro. You're like,
I don't.
Then it hurts, bro. It hurts.
Andy's audio is gonna be so weird.
Why?
Because this motherfucker is like clapping his lips towards the camera like multiple times.
Bro, no, I'm not. You can't even hear it. I'm the one with
No,
the
I mean when you go to the camera like earlier this episode, you're like.
I just went.
Did do
One time.
multiple times.
Okay, now I did it now.
Well, we're gonna listen to this shit, so
Well, yeah.
we're gonna see. So,
You know what it's smelling here?
it smells like up dog.
Bitch.
It's radiating off of you, bro.
Hell no.
That shit
I got the
radiating.
drunk call.
Yeah, that shit kind of.
Good, yeah.
I don't know if other podcasters drink when they're like drink at water or like a beverage when they're on a podcast, but that shit's a necessity for me because my shit gets.
We live in fucking Arizona, bro. Stay hydrated.
This shit, we gotta stay hydrated.
Motherfuckers
have a
heat
heat
stroke and
strokes.
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're watching somewhere where it's hot,
There's
stay hydrated.
every year there's like a couple of foreigners that will come to Arizona when it's really hot and they'll end up passing away. You know what I mean?
Bro, my like step grandpa died from heat stroke.
Yeah, that's my condolences. That's crazy.
No, different, bro.
Yeah.
They're not built different.
He just said your grandpa's not built.
Well,
different.
no.
Yeah,
I was talking about sorry.
He's talking about foreigners. I picked it up.
I'm talking about the foreigners, bro.
Yeah, the foreigners aren't built different, but then at the same time, like where they come from is probably really cold. We probably, you know what I mean? Like, we probably.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of heat stroke? Fucking cold stroke.
No, it's basically if you're. The way that melanin works is like your ability to absorb like vitamin D from the sun, and so basically if you're like a melanated person and then you go to like a cloudy ass place and you're not.
My fault,
not
Jaydon, but my
sun.
shit can barely hear you right here. I'm looking at this audio and you barely picking up on my shit.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
No, I'm just seeing. He's the one that hears you. I'm seeing through like the audio. Like when me and Andy talk, it's pretty loud because we're pretty loud talkers. And then you, it is like little line and shit. You know what I mean? I do apologize. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but please keep going.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, the way that like melanin works is the like vitamin D is absorbed through your skin, like through the sun. And basically, if you're like a black person or tan person, then you go to a place where it's like what?
I was just for the
mouth breathing.
I was just breathing.
It's so hard to hear Jaydon. We keep on cutting him off. I'm sorry.
All right. Final statement.
I was gonna make a joke earlier too, but it's so fucking like that shit was like 2 minutes ago. But we kept on talking and I couldn't say it. But we were talking about warm and cold strokes. I was like, "Whoa!" I'd be doing both of those to your mother. I was gonna say that, but that shit was so long ago. Anyways,
okay,
we make a lot of your mama jokes. That's our main thing here.
Not really.
All right.
How you feel about Diddy?
Diddy? King Diddy?
King Diddy.
King Diddy.
It's kind of crazy. I
King
wanted one of the
Diddy.
episodes to be about conspiracy theories. We were kind of unprepared for this episode. This was kind of just like we're all here. Let's film it because it's fun to do. But please continue about cold strokes and shit. Cold strokes? Yeah, hypothermia, melanin,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay. So basically, yeah. You can't really, like, unless you're in a place that's freezing cold, like Russia or like Canada, where you can get like hypothermia. But basically, if you're in a place that's like primarily cloudy, like say like Poland or like places in Europe where it's like you don't get a whole lot of sunlight, it's you can become vitamin D deficient. And it's like, yeah, so basically, like, since you're like that's why you don't see like African ass motherfuckers in like Poland and shit. It's like, yeah, like their population is like 98% white, and then there's like a couple Asians maybe. Like it's like very rare to see, like, yeah, like black people in like a lot of these like European countries. And like, yeah, like the reason why is like motherfuckers can get sick because like they're vitamin D deficient. And it's like, yeah, their bodies are naturally built, and it's like that's why you don't see motherfuckers that are like pale as shit and fucking stand and like, yeah, these like places in Africa, because it's like their body isn't built for it. They're just gonna turn fucking red and peel up, you know. And it's like, yeah, vice versa. Like African motherfuckers aren't built to live in Poland and like, or like somewhere where it rains all the time, you know.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Mountains in Russia. It's like, yeah, genetically, it's like, yeah, people were built like for certain climates.
Absolutely. Like you're kind of like where you come from. Over time, because we have ancestors from millions of years ago, obviously we have no idea who they were, but you know, like kind of like what you're saying, we've evolved as humans, obviously, from what our original form was to what we are now. So like, you know, my family originated from Mexico, Nayarit. So obviously I'm used to warm climates, also cold climates, but more so warmer than cold. And I don't know exactly. I'm sure in your family originates from Mexico as well. So I'm sure same thing with you. I actually haven't done like a 23andMe or 21andMe, so I don't know exactly.
Shit's expensive, bro.
Yeah, I did that shit. I was like 20 different things.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it because it's like you're gonna tell me I'm European.
But then again, I was talking to this girl at my work, and she's like, yeah, I did it, and it was like basically what I expected. I was like 98% Jewish, and then like 2% like something else.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, like another person, like when I worked at In-N-Out, he said that he did the 23andMe or whatever, and or I think it was Ancestry, but basically he said that it was like, yeah, going into it, I thought I was gonna be like mostly Filipino, and like that's it. What it said, it was like 100% Filipino.
Wow.
So it's like
100%.
100%.
Who?
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Just
Maybe
100.
inbred now.
Inbred.
Well, you see, I think mine's gonna be on one of the like spectrum of yours, kind of like 20 different things, because I was born in America, but also my dad's last name, Pintor, my last name as well. That last name originates solely from Portugal, which is so weird because, like, you know, and obviously Ramos, traditional Spanish name, you know.
Well, I mean, it's not weird because Portugal is like connected to Spain, and then Spain, and like people don't realize the amount of like like slaves and shit that like the Portuguese and like the Spanish had, or like the amount of like, yeah, it's like a lot of people in Mexico aren't indigenous Mexican. It's like they get a lot of Portuguese, they get a lot of Spaniard. It's like, yeah, that's like where like my roots are. It's like I'm not like all of my Latin side isn't 100% like indigenous like Mexican. It's like I'm like, yeah, chunk of Portuguese, a chunk of Spaniard, a chunk of indigenous. And it's like,
Sure that's me too.
yeah,
All those different fucking races that I am, probably, I'm still fucking short.
Okay.
yeah, I'm
You
tall
know what
because
I
I'm
mean?
fucking black. Literally, I remember how I was telling you, like I went to like my family was having like a function for my it was my great aunt's like 50th
Mom's side, right?
yeah, it was on my mom's side. It was basically my my grandpa is his sister's 50th wedding anniversary. So basically, like, yeah, that's like my like Hispanic and like Latin side.
Yeah.
I was the tallest motherfucker. like the second tallest motherfucker was like probably like about like, no, that's just as fuck. Like they had a mariachi band, and they like rented like a food truck, and basically like, they just posted up in their like backyard, and like you just like walked up and got like whatever tacos you want.
That's typical.
But, yeah, and then like they was playing the bangers. Like,
The food's good
Lechona.
too. Okay. How long have we been doing this?
I don't know, with all the cutouts
Yeah,
that potentially
you're
are gonna
gonna have to
happen. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but
I'm hungry. Hell, I can eat your mother.
how do you? Okay, to kind of close this off, we're not a music podcast. Like I said, we're a coming of age podcast. But how do y'all feel about that K. Dot and J. Cole?
You know what? I haven't listened to both.
But you're a
What?
big J. Cole guy, though, right?
Yeah, but not really anymore. But I'd say
I'm
like,
a big Kendrick guy. I
like
mean,
that.
I don't know. Kind of like at one
Yeah.
point, I think I was like, I'd kill
Anyone?
you to make sure Kendrick has a good life, type shit. So
that's crazy.
No, I'm just kidding. But I pretty much
Dick ride him. Yes,
I was
yes,
dick riding
yeah,
Kendrick
yeah.
at one point. And now over the time, as he's dropped less albums and shit, I'm like, if I was a big Drake fan, I'd be happy because I get 5 out of 10 albums every fucking year. You know what I mean?
For real.
And I wish that was like the case with Kendrick, but I know he's such a perfectionist. Same thing with J. Cole. I think J. Cole doesn't want to oversaturate album or music with shit ton of albums, so he just does it with features and shit every now and then to kind of come out and like remind y'all, hey, I'm still fire as fuck, Yeah. Whereas opposed to Drake, that whole fucking, I felt like he dropped a whole shitty ass dance album just so he can have the whole Certified Lover Boy, Honestly Never Mind, It's Her Loss, kind of like that trilogy. If people look back on the album, like the Honestly Never Mind, and they'll be like songs like Text Go Green or anything or Fire as Fuck. I listened to the whole album for 4 times. Every time I was miserable, except for when they went to Jimmy Cook's. Like
Jimmy Cook. You played Jimmy Cook so many times. So many times. It's ridiculous.
I know. So
that's from fucking my phone.
Oh shit, motherfuckers getting calls.
He's getting blown up.
It's the Huzz. But to kind of wrap it up here, my stance on it is J. Cole. I'm biased towards both. Obviously, like I just said, I'm a big Kendrick guy, but I'm also a big J. Cole guy. I love For Your Eyes Only. I love Forest Hills Drive, obviously. Not a big fan of Born Sinner or KOD. I think KOD kind of grew off of me over time. But I'm just like, man, I don't like what he's doing towards this whole diss track. I think he's losing like a motherfucker.
I feel like K-Dot was like bait. It was kind of like a playful like, are they gonna like if I say some shit, is anyone really gonna like clap back? And then like it's like if they do clap back, is it really gonna be as good as my shit? And I feel like J. Cole fell for it.
Also, like J. Cole dropped the whole album like on some fan type shit towards Kendrick. Even though all Kendrick said, his diss was mainly towards Drake, yeah. I feel like. Whereas opposed, he was just like pretty much going off of what J. Cole said. Like, you think it's Big 3? Like, no, it's just Big Me. Yeah. In terms of what he said to J. Cole, that was pretty much all he said. Mm-hmm. And J. Cole went out and dropped the album. I grant it, but J. Cole's had this whole album plan out where he's going to retire forever. He has the It's a Boy album that's going to come out, and then the Fallout. I don't know if you guys know about that J. Cole lore, but when he dropped his last album, he said that it was going to be the off season, It's a Boy, and then the Fallout would be the Fall Off would be his last album. Now, all of a sudden, he drops this album called Might Delete Later, and it turns out to be total dumpster fire. Delete that shit right now, bro. Delete that shit right now.
To be honest, I haven't listened to it. I've listened to it front to back twice. The second time I listened to it, it was better than the first time. I gotta say it's better than the off season.
No way.
I gotta say it's better.
I believe that.
Off season was ass. I don't really rock with the off season. That's why I'm saying it. But like, it doesn't, like, it's not as good as even like Born Sinner, in my opinion. But yeah,
I don't like Born Sinner, but I agree.
I feel like Born Sinner is a good album to me. Like, it's not his best. Like, his best to me is 2014 Forest Hills Drive, and then the second. No, For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only is the best.
For Your Eyes Only is the best. For Your Eyes Only it's close.
But on the surface, I can 1000% see if someone said on the surface of For Your Eyes Only what it is. If you don't dig deep into the emotions of what he's trying to portray in that album, that's probably his most boring album. If you were to tell me that that's his most boring album, I'd be like, yes.
No.
I would agree.
I couldn't.
No, the off season.
I could not.
Off season wasn't out at this point when I was having a conversation similar to this.
So what was out? KOD.
KOD wasn't boring. It was just kind of like, hey, I'm a lyrical rapper and I'm gonna talk about kids on drugs because that is something that is pretty prevalent in the rap game today. That's interesting because I want to see a wise rapper talk about that. And he came out and it was like, you're just making trap hits, bro. Like, you're trying to like be like the kids. You had a cool
That's
diss.
The point.
You had a cool diss to Lil Pump at the end of it, but it's like he was trying to appeal to the masses the same way Kendrick was with Damn, and Damn had more success in my opinion. It was a better album and it had more success sales wise and just it's like being on the radio. I think I heard Damn more than I heard. I got.
Duckworth is the best song.
Yeah,
Not
but you
gonna lie.
never even heard that song on the radio because all you heard was Loyalty and Damn and Element. I heard Element.
DNA.
Like DNA was
Yeah.
on, yeah, for sure.
Definitely DMA was up there. I think I heard Humble the most,
Humble, yeah.
and then probably DNA and then Loyalty.
Element.
Loyalty.
But yeah, I just kind of want to have my show our stance on it. So far I do think Kendrick is winning, but I
We'll
want to
see.
see what Drake says. At
Yeah,
the time
Drake.
that we're recording, Drake hasn't said anything.
I don't think Drake's clapping back that hard. Not gonna lie.
If Drake drops, like, what does Drake need to drop for it to be good?
I mean, to be fair, it's funny because when Pusha T dissed him, he had a diss track out within the next 24 hours. When it like that
But
drop,
he got washed.
Drake got washed.
Yeah,
He got washed.
But this was before the story of Adidon came out,
Yeah.
though. Yeah, but when he dropped Pusha T on his album Daytona, one of the best albums of all time, at the end, he had a song called Infrared, and he dissed Drake. And then Drake dissed him on W Freestyle. And Pusha T had the story of Adidon under the belt if Drake were to ever reply. And he also said on the story of Adidon that it's going to be a surgical summer, meaning that he has a lot more to release. But obviously, that fucking loser, I don't know what his name is, J Balvin, stepped in and said that Drake has this ultimate diss track that if he released it, Pusha T's career would end and so much other people.
Bruh.
And
You get so deep into
that's like
you get so deep into
my girlfriend's
that beef.
fire, but she goes to another school. You know what I mean? Like, don't let someone step in.
How'd you get so deep into that beef, bro?
Dude, I was because I went through a phase of hating Drake. He's grown on me, but I don't see him as the best rapper ever.
No, he's
I've
not.
accepted him as a little pop guy that drops some 5 out of 10 bangers for the clubs, every year. That's what I've accepted. But there's some Drake fans out there that think that he's up there with the J. Cole's, with the Kendricks, with the Biggies, Tupac.
To me, it's like
He can make money.
if you can,
He can sell.
if you can make that shit on your own, it's different. It's like Kendrick Lamar doesn't have like a team of writers. Like if you go to like certain artists like if you go to like their Spotify and like look at like see like who wrote this, who produced this. Like if you look at like Montel Fish, for example, it was like, or like certain people like Joji, it's like you'll see that they wrote it, they produced it, like they're like behind the entirety of the song. And then like you'll look at someone where it's like Ariana Grande, where it's like some shit that's like generic as shit, and it took like 12 people to just write it, and it's like, bro, like I feel like, so like for me that takes away credit from Drake. And like to me, like Kanye is a genius, but like I can't put
Where did
him
Kanye come from?
because he uses like
He's perfused as one of the best rappers.
He's perfused as the best producer.
People say he's one of the best rappers of all time. It's
Well,
like
yeah.
a lot of people wrote for him, and it's like like Royce to 5'9". It's like like motherfuckers like Ye and Drake and like these people, like they do write their own stuff.
Would you
but it's,
rather
like,
take?
they're not solely like, it's not all them, It's like a motherfucker that like does a project by themselves, and then the motherfucker that had like their parents that like specifically do that for their job, like help them with their project,
Mm-hmm. Drake actually wrote "Father Stretch My Hands." I don't know if you guys knew that, but
what
Drake
album
wrote
was that off?
"The Life of Pablo."
Yeah.
We have it right here. He actually wrote that song. I don't know how much he wrote of it, but I think he used it in a diss track. Like he's like, "Father had to stretch his hands out to get it from me." That's what he said. And it was known before. The difference is Drake is known to use ghostwriters. Kanye uses writers. Like they're not ghosts. You like you said, they're attached to the project. He's obviously not vocal that other people write his own music for him. But
Bro, I didn't know this was a music podcast.
I know, right? We're your favorite music podcast.
You're just going in there.
I don't know why I picked vinyls in the back. It was just kind of something that I thought.
Well,
was kinda cool.
you went so deep into the music, then you probably have.
It's interesting. I don't know if you guys like to hear people debate on topics. I know people out there do like people debating on topics, especially if you like people debating on topics that you're into. But I do think that, every now and then music will be brought up, and it's what's happening in this world with right now with Kendrick and everything. I think it's pretty interesting because it's all over TikTok. All over TikTok. You obviously have the J. Cole fans that will defend J. Cole towards everything, but I've also seen a lot of people just say, look, like anything can happen, but Kendrick kind of like you. J. Cole fell for the bait. You wasn't even dissing you like that. We want to hear from Drake, not J. Cole.
fell for it.
Yeah.
Like we want to hear from Drake. Like,
bro, would you rather back to Kanye? Would you rather take his his production or his lyrics?
Production.
Like, are you saying
lyricism?
Like it is like
Bro,
the ability is
lyricism.
given to me? Like you're saying his ability is given to me? I would say production. To be honest,
he's one of the best producers ever.
The producer
just like
so that
having his ears and like
that sticks out more than his fucking
it's just his mentality. Like he's there. Like he said, obviously I don't know how truthful this is, but he said he put 1,000 hours into his song Power. He said of him just, how can I make this better? And he added a lot and he took away a lot, but he said after 1,000 hours he said like this is the best that this song could be, you know, because when he was canceled, he was making that album. You don't really have it. He said he went to to Hawaii and just fucking was in the studio. How can I make this better? How can I make this better? And that's the album that he ended up turning out with, and it pretty much saved his career. But yeah, I mean, separate the art from the artist. He's very talented lyrically as well, even though a lot of people write his newer stuff. But obviously, production-wise, he's made so much classic beats over the years, and a lot of beats that you love, you probably don't even know that Kanye, you know, had a say in that. Like you know, like Kanye made Industry Baby, but with Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow. Like no one knows that he made that beat, or he helped a lot in that beat.
Yeah,
or,
he does a lot of.
He was in the studio with Frank Ocean when he made Blonde. That's the one album you can't really see. It's right here, Blonde. We don't know what he did because he made everyone sign non-disclosures for what they did on the album. But Kanye, obviously, that's a mouth you want to hear from when you're making an album. So
yeah, and then he had those like 2 like side quest albums with like Tiana Taylor and Pusha T, where he just like produced their whole album one year.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I didn't have any know that.
Daytona, the album we were talking about earlier, Kanye produced that whole album.
Daytona.
Yeah,
and I forgot what the Tiana Taylor. Yeah,
I just know like a few songs. On
there. But I got a dips.
All right, y'all.
You said we were gonna outro a long ass time ago.
I'm sorry, y'all. We just get into these debates. We're not scripted, so we just talk and then we turn it off when we feel like it's time. But I do want to thank y'all for tuning into the Valley Bogus podcast. Hope y'all stay safe out there, and have a great rest of your guys' month.
Valley Bogus.
Bogus.
Valley Bogus. It looks like you have fucking boxers on.